Resident Evil Village's Shadow of Rose DLC will conclude the Winter's Family saga. Speaking to IGN Japan at Tokyo Game Show, director Kento said Capcom is creating the Shadows of Rose story to conclude the Winter's Family saga. We knew that it was coming to an end in Village. I'm pretty sure that it says his story will come to an end, but we thought Rose's was going to, at least for myself, I thought Rose's story was going to continue, and I actually thought she was going to be the 9th Resident Evil game. I thought that was going to revolve around her, so I was actually pretty surprised to see that she was just going to be the DLC, and now I'm even more surprised to learn that it ends here with this DLC with her. How will it end? I don't know. Does that mean she can't come back? I don't know. I haven't played it. I don't know if she dies or what happens. It is 16 years in the future, so that would skip a lot of Resident Evil story to be in a lot of the characters that we love that don't get the attention anymore that we would like to see come back, or at least have conclusions to their stories. If we went her route, we would skip over a lot of that. Most of it would be far too old. This means that wherever Resident Evil goes for the next main entry, will likely introduce a new set of faces or return to characters we haven't seen in some time. I would love to see some returning characters that we haven't seen in some time. In particular, Jill. I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody can get behind me when I say Jill needs to have a comeback. Yeah, I know we got her in Resident Evil 3 Remake, but that was a remake of an older game. We haven't seen her in the future after, what happened in Resident Evil 5 or Revelations was the last actual main entries to get Jill. What has she been up to? What is her involvement with the BSAA? What is her relationship with Chris? Are they still talking? We don't know. And that's what I would like to see. I would like to see that expanded. And if they want to go the route now that they're doing Rose in the Village DLC, then that opens the door to Chris' story with the BSAA and the Houndwolf squad at the end of Village. What we learned was that BSAA was creating bioweapons, they're clones. And when we pulled through the files and we actually dug up that clone, we found out that was the same model of Chris Redfield. So are they creating Chris Redfield clones? So I think it's safe to assume they're probably going to go that direction. And if they do investigate, if Chris and his Houndwolf squad do investigate the BSAA, I would love to see the return of Jill. Also Sheva, also Josh, all the characters that are part of the BSAA because of what Jill and Chris started. I think that would be great. I feel like between Resident Evil 7 and Village, there wasn't too much more of the Winters that I really honestly cared about. I felt like it wrapped it up really well, and they concluded Ethan's story way better than I was expecting. Like, to the point where I actually liked the character. It's not that I never disliked Ethan. They made him as a character that you can relate to, that you are. So they didn't give him so much personality in 7. They improved that a ton in Village, but I feel like they concluded his story really well and actually made me feel sad for him and explained a lot of the plot holes. I thought they did a great job with the end of Village and Ethan's story. Seeing Rose all grown up is cool, but I don't like the fact that we're skipping 16 years into the future. I don't like that at all. I'm also not a huge fan of superpowers in Resident Evil. I know a lot of people have superpowers, but like magic stuff, like she can freeze enemies. It's explained well though, because Shadows of Rose will take place in a dreamlike realm within the Megamycete. So it's like the Matrix, basically. So the fact that she has some superpowers there, that's fine. She even said she has shit that she can do that Chris doesn't know about at the end of Village. That's fine. They're concluding it though. Hopefully we can now go in a direction where we keep the horror elements, and I do feel like Resident Evil 7 was a big step in the right direction. I owe a lot to that game. It's the game that got me back into the series after a very long hiatus. It wasn't perfect, but I really enjoyed 7. I want them to keep that tone that they had, that horror tone that was focused on survival, backtracking, puzzles, all of that, but with characters that we know and some new characters. If we're going to do new characters, I would like to see a good send-off for some of the long-time characters. That's my personal opinions on that. This news that this is the end of the Winter Saga, that's okay with me. I'm okay with that. I didn't think that's what they were gonna do, but I'm okay with that. What do you guys think? If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, and for more Resident Evil, make sure to subscribe. The Residents of Evil is a Patreon supported channel and also supported by our YouTube members. So if you'd like to become a member and unlock access to custom badges, emojis, and exclusive live streams, click that join button down below. You can join our survival horror community on Discord, a link is in the description, and I have the Duke here to tell you a little about our sponsor, G Fuel.
Do you have need of anything for the road ahead? The Residents of Evil has expanded its services. Perhaps you're in need of a little pick-me-up. I recommend the G Fuel. You can even get a fair discount if you use the code ROE upon purchase. And as always, we thank you for your patronage, stranger.
As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and we hope to see you back at the Residents of Evil.